Today, I'm taking you shopping with me to Dollarama, Canada to review their pantry canisters and see if they carry any that I'd actually buy as a home organizer for my clients' luxury homes. Here's the thing, dollar stores offer great deals on many items like cosmetics, cleaning products, and canned foods, but they can also be a magnet for inexpensive, poorly made items that don't quite work, look, or fit right. The typical items my clients end up decluttering. And the last thing I want to do here is recommend items that add to your clutter. Instead, my goal is to sift through their assortment and find home organizing accessories that are useful, beautiful, and save you money while preventing them from ending up in the landfill in 6 months. To ensure I considered all the pantry canisters they had in store, I visited 7 different locations across 2 provinces 10 separate times now. I even purchased their collection so that I could have ample time to compare them to some of my favorites on the market. While I'm covering their pantry canisters today, in last week's video, I curated the very best of their multi-purpose storage bins that I thought would give you a bang for your buck. And if you stay through to the end, I'm going to give you a tip for removing their pesky labels. If you're new here, I'm Sylvie and I own a home organizing company in Winnipeg, Canada. My team and I help busy professionals get settled into their homes after a move or a renovation. So here we are in the organizing aisle, and there's no better place to start than with these glass canisters with bamboo lids. Now, when it comes to glass canisters, I'm not going to hide the fact that I love Anchor Hocking glass canisters so much. They have great seals and they come in a variety of styles, from the black lid to the traditional lid, the acacia lid, or the silver lid. And their 96-ounce size makes baking easy because you can reach in with your measuring cup. But I realize that they're all upwards of $20 to $30 each, and not everyone can or wants to spend that on their glass canisters. That's why I'm going to present a few options worth considering, be it to style your pantry with or to use as your main glass canister set. So we're starting off strong with this beautiful glass set with bamboo lids. They come in 5 different sizes and the seals on their lids seem to work really well. 38.5 ounces for their largest canister, followed by this 24-ounce one, a 20-ounce one that's a bit wider, a 15-ounce one, and then this extra small one that holds 6 ounces. Now, it's clear that none of these holds a very large capacity, so I wouldn't use these as my main canister set, or I'd be left with large bins of backstock flours and grains that didn't fit inside. However, I think these are great to style your pantry with. You might have noticed that we've used similar versions of these to style pantries, and we fill them with coffee supplies or nuts and seeds. I also think these would be beautiful behind a cabinet door, displayed across in uniform size. I think they'd be useful for storing small baking ingredients like baking soda, baking powder, salt, cocoa powder. What surprised me here is that their smallest jar is identical to the ones we use to create our famous spice drawers. Priced at $2 a jar, they're quite a bit cheaper at Dollarama than buying a case of 12 on Amazon. However, the downside to buying them here is that you're limited in what you can find on the shelf. Most of the spice drawers we create contain anywhere from 24 to 48 spice jars. So if you're set on buying them at Dollarama, you'll have to wait for their next shipment, or else you'll have to travel to another store in your city. And these glass canisters here with the narrow mouth and bamboo lid are also worth checking out. They come in 2 sizes, 62 ounce and 52 ounce, and they almost look like a water pitcher, so much so that now I'm actually second guessing myself if that's what they are. I questioned the gal at the checkout and she didn't have an answer for me. I'd consider these anyways because I think the embossed glass is just so pretty. The seals seem to work well, but they aren't ideal for storing flours and sugars since you can't easily reach in to grab a cupful. But I think they could look neat styled in the right pantry. I actually bought these to style the shelves in my office, but if you know what these are intended for, can you please let me know in the comments? These glass canisters with silver lids have been around for years, and they're actually a good canister to have. The lids screw on tightly, and I think if you're committed to creating a uniform aesthetic, they'd work well in your pantry. They come in multiple sizes, so there's a wide selection to pick from. I don't personally love these, but I think it's because I often see them as stragglers mixed with other styles of canisters when we're cleaning out our clients' pantries. I've actually never seen someone buy enough of them to fill the shelves of their pantry. So if you're committed to purchasing enough, organize away. These glass canisters here were my #1 find, and I will definitely be back to buy more of these. They sort of remind me of the Anchor Hocking glass canisters. Very traditional. Their lids offer a tight seal and they fit 80 ounces, which is an ideal capacity. I often use the Anchor Hocking 96-ounce canister because it fits such a large quantity and it isn't too awkward to carry to your prep zone, but 80 ounces is still a suitable amount. I think they would hold flours, sugars, and grains quite well in your pantry. I will say though that you can't fit a measuring cup inside it as easily as the Anchor Hocking ones, but at $5 a canister, I think it's worth the small inconvenience. I think if you like these, you should definitely run and grab some. I also really like these retro looking canisters with silver lids. We've used a similar but much more expensive one before to style a pantry, so I think these are a good option if you're looking to add a bit of personality in your kitchen. They don't fit a whole lot in them at 34 ounces, so I wouldn't use these as my main canister set, but I think for coffee or tea or even nuts and seeds or even in a laundry room, they'd be really cute. I just found these glass cookie jars in my local store this week, and while I love the cookie jar concept, I'll tell you why these ones didn't make the cut for me. While their lids are great and their size is ideal, I really don't like their glass as it has this blue-green tinge, so I'd most likely avoid these and rather I'd purchase a better quality set on Amazon like these ones that we used in our clients' pantry. As I move into the plastic canisters, I want to preface this by saying I'm a huge fan of the Home Edit acrylic canisters. I love that their clear lids give off a simple, minimalistic feel. I find their 80 ounce, 48 ounce, and 16 ounce sizes to be extremely versatile, giving us options for various nuts, seeds, grains, and flour mixes. I also love their rectangular shapes since they fit pantry shelves so well. In addition, they allow us to create the canister drawers that we're known for. However, their pricing is steep compared to the options I'm going to show you today from Dollarama. And let's be clear, not everyone can or wants to spend upwards of $360 on a baking drawer. So let's take a look at Dollarama's plastic options. I don't mind these white and gray Plastico branded ones. In fact, I think their oval shape's ideal, but they only carry them in this 32 ounce size, which is comparable in size to the Home Edit medium canister. With a small capacity, it really limits what you can decant because most grains and flours come in larger bags, so then you end up with a large amount of backstock items to store, which sort of defeats the purpose. Having said this, most nuts and seeds come in smaller bags, so they may be useful for those, but then you'd have to introduce another style of canister to hold the rest of your grains and flours. And their gray and white lid don't make it easy to match. At the end of the day, I think there's better options available at Dollarama than these. Okay, I need to be fully transparent here because I totally surprised myself with these. I was initially going to come on here and tell you that I didn't like these. While their concept is great, their lids seal well, I was going to knock the black clips on their lids. In fact, I was going to try removing the black clips to see if I liked them any better. And I had a complete change of heart when I brought them home and tried them in my pantry. Guys, I'm in love. Ironically, I styled them with the clip facing me, and they don't give me the Tupperware vibe anymore. They come in 4 different sizes, 60 ounce, 44 ounce, 21 ounce, and 13.5 ounce. And I love that they're stackable. While they fit quite a bit less than the home edit acrylic canisters, these are super affordable as they're priced at under $4 a piece. If you can pull off the black accents in your pantry, these are a sure win. I thought these cylindrical canisters here were a neat option. Their capacity is 50 ounces, which is comparable to the Home Edit's medium-sized canister. I love that they're perfectly clear, so there's no indication of any color on the lid, making them easier to incorporate into your space. If my budget was super tight and I had an ultra-modern space, I'd actually consider using them. Although I will say that I worry a bit about how the plastic will wear over time, and I wanted to test them out, but when I went back to purchase them, they were gone. So what's the key to removing these pesky labels? Your hair dryer. Plug it in, warm up the label, and peel away. For those stubborn labels, you may have to resort to using a small amount of Goo Gone on a damp cloth, but for the most part, your hair dryer will do the trick. Hey, if you like watching this video, make sure you check out last week's Shop With Me where I reviewed Dollarama's multi-purpose bins. And if you like this type of content, you might want to check out the most popular Shop With Me video on my channel where I take you to Costco and share what I buy for my home organizing clients. And if you want more of this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. In the next few weeks, I'll also be featuring some big surprise makeovers on my channel. Until next time.